All right, folks, here's something you should know about the last days. In the last days, the devil will increase his attacks using his common methodologies. And of course, we know that the sophistication in which he demonstrates his ability to attack us, our minds, our hearts, everything is substantial. So what we know is that deception will increase in the last days. And folks, what I'm about to read to you is indicative of exactly that. Now, we have been talking about this UN report that was filed by the Secretary General, Secretary Guterres. It is horrendous. I mean, literally, to tell you the truth, it's exciting and it's sad all at the same time. Literally, he is putting into modern day terms what will be the world surrounding Revelation chapter 13. I am not kidding you. You ought to read the report. If you don't believe me, look at the live show that I did yesterday where I went over just the summary of the report, and it's unbelievable. Now, let me just simply say this. Item number 3 in his summary will blow your mind, and I'm going to read it to you because it effectively demonstrates not only how deceptive Satan actually is, but it also effectively demonstrates the fact that God's word is true because we knew something like this would be coming. So look at what he says, item number 3 in his summary. Now, if you have not seen this, I'm going to actually switch it over so that you can see the printing here in real life. This is really what it says here. I want you guys to focus right here where you see the mouse kind of squiggling right there. And this is what he says. Third, notice this. Now is the time to end the infodemic plaguing our world. Yes, folks, he uses the word infodemic. He is associating it with the nonsense that's been going on with respect to the recent health crisis. So he says, now it's time to end the infodemic plaguing our world by defending, notice this, a common, empirically backed consensus around the facts, science, and knowledge. In other words, he's not saying we want to defend a common empirically backed data, right? That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about an empirically backed consensus. In other words, he believes in empirical data so long as he uses numbers to manipulate his conclusion as into what is true. Now, let me just explain what that means. Here's modern day translation. We want to support a world where we, as the globalist leaders, shut you up if you say anything we don't like. He goes on to say, and this is where I talk about the enemy just being a complete liar. He goes on to say, the war on science must end. Notice this, that's what they're calling it. The global change stuff, all the climate change stuff, the stuff on the pandemic, they're all calling this a war on science because now they're using science against actual science. They're saying it's unscientific if your perspective is different from my perspective. And when I say my perspective, meaning the evil globalist system of leaders, the ruling class, if your perspective is different, well, you've already heard it. You're a terrorist, you're this, you're that. They've already said it. This is crazy. Look at what they say. All policy and budget decisions should be backed by science and expertise. Let me tell you what that means, by the way, the translation. It should be backed by expertise, meaning if you do not follow the mandates, you will not be able to buy or sell. That's what they mean by policy and budget decisions. Either do this or you can't buy or sell. And look what he says. And I am calling for a global code of conduct that promotes integrity in public information. In other words, I want the whole world to regulate what people can say or they can't say. Folks, we are headed fast towards the world of the Antichrist. And if you cannot read a simple paragraph like this and recognize the fact that Jesus is coming soon, then I pray that God will open up your eyes and your hearts because, folks, Jesus is coming soon. A whole lot sooner than all of us think. And it is literally in front of us right here. And what I want to say right now, more importantly than anything, is to fight the good fight. We as Christians are the ones that are supposed to stand up for righteousness. And as long as we are alive on this earth, we must do everything that is legally available to us to be able to do to fight all of this. We must take a stand. We are the children of the light. So it's time to let the light shine. It's time to eliminate the darkness by turning on the light. God bless you guys.